Hey everyone. I hope all of you are doing well. Let me start by saying I apologize that I've been a little more silent this week in comparison to previous weeks. But as you have probably seen at this point, information was kind of being shared with us a lot this week about what plans we're going to be moving forward as far as grades and kind of how we're going to be closing out the year, as well as how we're going to be continuing on with all of this virtual learning stuff for the rest of the school year now that we know officially that we are closed for the rest of the year. Let me adjust here. So all of that being said, I wanted to take a few minutes to hop on and actually kind of explain how all of this option 1, option 2 thing for final grades actually is going to work. So when you are seeing this, this video is going to be posted on Friday, April 3rd, which is technically our last official day before we enter spring break. And by today, so you all, I've sent some messages out via Schoology to you all. I've sent emails to some of you in regards to grades. So let's start with when grades officially ended. So this should not be new to you guys, but just to clarify, grades for the third 9 weeks officially ended as of the last day that we were in school. Just meaning that not that grades cannot continue to be updated, but you all cannot receive any new grades for any work that has happened during our virtual learning period. So anything that was assigned on or before Friday, March 13th is a valid assignment that can be graded for the third quarter or first or second or whatever. But anything since then, so beyond March 13th that has happened during this virtual learning period is not something that can technically be graded. So grades were technically cut off as of Friday, March 13th. We have spoken, teachers should have been reaching out to you all at this point, and trying to figure out what work you guys still needed to turn in. I know a lot of teachers have been giving opportunities, including myself, to turn in NTIs or redo any assignments that you might have had low scores on and things like that. So as of today, that you guys are hopefully watching this on Friday, April 3rd, today was my last day that I was going to be accepting work for the third quarter in order for me to update your grade to the fullest by today. So if you're watching this video, this will be uploaded Friday morning. So if you're watching this video and you still have things that you want to turn into me by today, I will be accepting work up until 4:00 today on Friday, April 3rd. Then I can update your grades so you guys can get a full picture of what your grades are going to be. So now let's break down kind of how your grade for the year is going to be calculated and closed out. So because we are not going to officially have a fourth 9 weeks, because the rest of this year is going to be virtual learning, because we are not going to have a fourth 9 weeks, instead of having 4 quarters that are each worth 25% of your overall year-long grade, quarter 1, quarter 2, and quarter 3 are now going to be worth roughly 33.3% of your final grade. So essentially a third of your overall grade instead of a fourth. Meaning that quarter 1, quarter 2, and quarter 3 are now going to carry a little bit more weight percentage-wise than they would have in the given year, because we will not have a fourth quarter to calculate into your final grade. So that being said, as of right now, and this again might be a case-by-case basis, but as of right now, quarter 1 and quarter 2 from the first semester are closed. So you can't necessarily make up grades from those quarters at this point, at this time. I don't know if that will change, and that might be a case-by-case basis. But as of right now, those grades are final. However, you are going to be given an opportunity to increase your quarter 3 grade if you desire. So this is where the information that was sent out from the county this week comes into play. So you should have gotten an email, or your parents or guardians should have gotten an email explaining that you have two options going into final grades. So as of today, Friday, April 3rd, wherever your grade stands for the third quarter, is currently what would be averaged in to make your final grade. So hopefully they will update it in a way so that you can get an idea of what your year-long grade would be in this course with me, and in all of your classes. If you are satisfied, if you have like an ABC and you're really satisfied with that grade, you don't necessarily want to attempt to improve on it in any way, there is option 1 that has been given by the county, which simply means that your parent and guardian and yourself agree that you accept the grade that you have in a given class, and you are not going to further attempt to do assignments and to complete and bring your grade up anymore. So if you are satisfied with how your grade stands in a certain class, you can choose option 1 for that class, meaning that you don't have to do anything else officially for that class for the rest of the school year. Your grade will be cut off where it is and calculated together, and that will be your final grade for that class that goes on your transcripts. Okay? Now, if you are someone who has a lower grade for the third quarter, and you would like to, or even if you do have a B or a C and you're still wanting to increase your total to bring your grades up more, you can choose option 2. And what option 2 means is that, so if your grade is still low or you want to better your grade, choosing option 2 means that when we come back from spring break, so like I said, because today was our last technical like day of school before we went on spring break, teachers and staff and students and everybody will be on spring break from April 6th through April 13th, which is a Monday, because remember that's the day after Easter, so we had that day off still. So beginning Tuesday, April 14th, you have from that Tuesday through April 24th to work with all of your teachers individually for the classes that you would like to better your grades in, and complete assignments that they give you in order to better your grade. So what this means for me, and I am speaking to all of my classes right now, so things might differ slightly from class to class. So these are called recovery plans. And again, like I said, it might be different from class to class, teacher to teacher, with what their expectations are going to be. But essentially, you will be allowed to complete a recovery packet, which for a lot of us, I think is going to be essentially turning in assignments that you are missing, your NTIs, the ability to retake a test or a quiz for full credit, and anything that we can do to help you better your grades for the third quarter, you essentially will have the opportunity to do that at that time. And then from there, if you complete your recovery packet for your classes and you still are not super satisfied with where your grade stands, we then have recovery tests for each class. And it's a 40 to 50 question, like multiple choice test. And the test covers not just what you've learned in quarter 3, but topics that you would have learned throughout the course of the year. So any information from quarter 1, 2, or 3 was valid information for us to use for our tests. To my knowledge, they should all be mostly like multiple choice matching, that sort of thing. It shouldn't be like essay questions or having to write in any capacity. At least mine are not. We have been instructed to make them multiple choice style. So that is what mine are. But again, that is kind of your last resort. That is if you haven't turned in all of your stuff, done your recovery packet, like if you still don't like where your grade stands at that point, that is when we would implement our tests for you. So let's kind of back up and review all of that one last time. So, as of today, Friday, April 3rd, if you have had up until this point to turn in any NTIs or redo any assignments with me that you needed to in order to bring up your grade. So, as of today, if you are satisfied with where your grade stands in my class, you have the option to accept that grade and be done with the class for the school year, outside of virtual learning experiences, which I'll talk about in a second. But grade wise, you can close out on that grade and be done. If, as of today, you are unsatisfied with where your grade stands, you can choose option 2 that was sent out by the county, which means that you will get a recovery packet from me, and you will have from after we get back from spring break until now, after spring break until April 24th, okay, to complete your recovery packet items and get them back to me so that I can grade them and put them in your grade book, and update your grades to give you a better chance, a better average at for the third quarter. Okay. And then if you are someone that has chosen option 2, you have completed your recovery packet, but you're still not satisfied with where your grade stands, that is when we will implement the recovery test for you all, which is the 40 to 50 question test. Whew, I know. A lot of information to take in, but hopefully you're all still with me. Hopefully that all makes sense, okay? So I wanted to take a quick additional second to just kind of discuss what my recovery plan looks like. So if you are in my speech communications class, it is simply going to be, we are only a semester long class. So I only had a couple of weeks with you guys. We were only able to make it through our debate unit, which was super fun, but I really was looking forward to getting to the speech portion of the class as well. But yes, so because of that, the recovery plan for you all, if you would like to better your grade, is going to be to turn in any work that you are missing from me, and you will have an opportunity to redo any assignments that you would like. We won't really be able to redo a debate. So if you are unsatisfied with grades that you got for either the group debate or for the partner debates, that you will need to speak to me about, and we will get you a writing assignment to complete instead of the debate. And we can use that as an alternative. Okay. And then if you would still like to take the recovery test, that is going to be on all of the debate terminology that we learned, and basically everything from the debate unit, because that was mostly what we covered in those few short weeks. So that is kind of what the recovery plan will look like for you. If you are in my photojournalism class for yearbook, we'll have to kind of get creative for you guys. Most of you guys should be okay. So I'm going to take that on a case-by-case basis. If any of you are interested, please reach out to me separately and we'll kind of figure out, because the yearbook has been submitted. So there's not really a way to redo spreads or kind of rework on them. So we'll kind of discuss some options for you guys separately. And then last but not least, if you are in any of my theater classes, so advanced theater or either theater 1 class, for you all, it's essentially going to be the same thing. Any NTIs that you have, you are more than welcome to turn in to me. If you missed a performance project, I have 2 options for you. You can either get a script from me and perform with someone in your home that you're living with currently or quarantined with currently, and film yourself doing the scene and send that in to me, or I can send you a writing assignment. So either one of those options will be valid in lieu of performance projects. Also, for all of my classes, any of this virtual learning, any of the virtual learning assignments that I have sent out to you all, if you have completed any of those and you would like to use those towards your grade for quarter 3, I am considering those extra credit or grading them in lieu of another grade during the quarter. Now, this is what will not happen, okay? I will not be using any virtual learning assignments in lieu of performance grades or the debate grades, the big project grades. So if it's a project performance grade, you cannot use the virtual learning assignments to make up those. However, I will use it towards any classwork grades or test quiz grades that were low for you all. So if you have any of those, then please feel free to send those my way, and I can put those towards your final grade in those categories, just not for the project performance category. Okay. I think that just about sums everything up for me as far as grades are concerned. So let me veer for a quick minute into the rest of the school year and kind of how virtual learning is going to go from here. So obviously, if you are someone who has accepted your final grade for the class, then you're essentially done. However, that does not mean I am going to stop posting content. So at this point, after spring break, teachers are no longer are no longer required to do the face-to-face meetings weekly. However, I would like to still offer those opportunities. So if you are interested in still getting some face-to-face time with me, getting on, talking about theater, talking about speech, my yearbook kids, like kind of maybe brainstorming stuff for next year. If you are interested in any of those, then please message me on Schoology. I'm not going to continue to do what I've been doing, which is just opening up the video chats and waiting for people to pop in and out. But I would like to still have the Zoom options out there. So if you are interested, especially people in my theater classes, if you all were interested in maybe even doing kind of like a virtual drama club, we could get everybody into a Zoom chat and maybe play some theater games online with each other, or just kind of say, hey, maybe read some scripts together, do some kind of virtual theater stuff I thought could be really cool. And then for like my speech kids, if you guys still wanted any kind of instruction on speech, writing speeches, performing speeches, we unfortunately never got that far. We kind of started with that debate unit. So if you're still interested in any of those things, or just kind of want a platform to jump on and say hi to people, I am still more than happy to offer those Zoom conferences. It would be really nice to still see everyone, because we've got a long road until next school year, you guys. So I would love to see you all in the interim until we get back. But yeah, so I will still be offering those weekly. However, if you would like to jump into one, we'll just need to schedule it beforehand instead of just having the active calls every week. As far as the virtual learning opportunities, I will still be posting anything cool that I find like into our Schoology groups for the rest of the school year. I would like us to still stay as engaged as possible. I think that during these times when things are so uncertain, when we might not have even hit the most impactful parts in Virginia yet, we don't know. They're saying that it might not even really hit us and for another 2 weeks, even though it feels like it's already hitting us now. I think during these times and being quarantined, it's still really good to keep some kind of routine and stay connected. And so I really would like to continue to post material for you all. Clearly, the assignments and things are not going to be mandatory. They are not going to be for a grade. However, I do think that it is really useful and helpful to still kind of stay engaged during this time, keep your minds active. Like I said, especially for my theater kids, like I still want to provide opportunities for you all to get together and work with me and work with your peers. And, maybe all just get together and read some scripts and just, have a good time. um I do think that's going to be important, and I'd love to keep, I want to start sending you guys videos, and maybe we can do some fun challenges. I've seen a lot of stuff, like costume challenges and prop challenges that theater students can do at home. That kind of got me really excited. So I think I might start posting some stuff like that, and maybe trying to get you guys a little more active on here than you have been. And um yeah, so like I said, it's all about just kind of staying connected and keeping some kind of routine to school, even if we aren't there. I do think is going to be important for us, so that we're all not just like sitting here losing our minds. um but yeah, so that I am gonna stop rambling at you guys now. I hope this video was helpful. I hope that it clarified any of the grading things for you all. If you do still have questions about how all of this is going to work, please feel free to email me, message me on Schoology. Please feel free to also show this video to your parents and guardians, to answer any questions that they might have. And by all means, like parents, if you are watching this, please reach out to me if you have any questions. Even if it's not specific to my class, I'm more than happy to try and explain something. I know we're all in this together right now. So any information that I can try to get for you all or pass on to you all, I'm here and more than happy to help. So yeah, that is pretty much it, you guys. So again, because this is being posted Friday, April 3rd, grades will be as they stand by 4 o'clock today. If I don't receive any work or NTIs from you or anything like that, your grade will be where it stands. And that is when you need to talk it over with your parents and guardians about which option you would like to choose as far as your final grade is concerned. And then when we get back from spring break on Tuesday, April 14th, we will hit the ground running, and you'll have about 10 days to do recovery packets and things if you would like to try to better your grades. Okay. So, yeah, I hope this was helpful, you guys. I will see you after spring break now. So I'm not going to be posting any new information or virtual learning opportunities until we get back from spring break. I will be checking my emails and things periodically over spring break, but please don't necessarily expect me to respond right away over the break. I am planning on shutting off, doing some, projects and stuff around my house. So I might not necessarily be fully back until Tuesday, the 14th. So please be patient with me. Parents, be patient with me. We are all technically on spring break at that time. So please be patient if I'm not responding right away. But all right, you guys, I miss you all. Please stay safe. Please stay home. Oh, there are way too many of you that are telling me that you're out with friends. So please, please, please stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. I hope you are all well. I hope all of your families are well. And yeah, I'll see you later, guys. Bye.